Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Cult Movie Tuesdays. Today I am talking about Down by Law by Jim Jarmusch. This is the beautiful Criterion DVD edition, which I picked up, I think last year or the year before. So we'll be talking about this film, cast, production, critical reception, my thoughts on the film, where you can watch it, and all that jazz. So I hope you'll stick around. Coming up this Friday, I have Child's Play 2. So if you want to check that out for Fright Friday, that'll be coming up on Friday. And let's get right into this. This is a comedy crime film from 1986. It was directed by the incomparable Jim Jarmusch, who also did Mystery Train, Dead Man, Ghost Dog, Way of the Samurai. He's done so many. There was only one movie that he did that I did not like, and I can't remember what it was called. It was from like 2009 or 2010, but every other movie this guy has directed, I loved. Mystery Train, which I watched this past winter again for the first time in like 30 years. Yeah, so many good ones. So, yeah, and if you've never seen Dead Man with Johnny Depp, it's such a good one too. Most of his films are in black and white, especially his earlier ones. Stranger Than Paradise, of course, is another great one. I think that was his first one. I used to have that on VHS and I got rid of it. I kind of regret that. But anyway, Down by Law is a comedy crime film from 1986. It stars Tom Waits, who was also in The Outsiders, Rumblefish. He was also Renfield in Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. And of course, Tom Waits is a very famous singer, balladeer, if you will. This also shows John Laurie, who was in Stranger Than Paradise, Mystery Train, Wild at Heart, and he was also an accomplished singer. I think he was the singer for Lounge Lizards, if I'm not mistaken. And this also shows Roberto Benigni, who was probably best known for Life is Beautiful, but he was also in the another Jarmusch film, Coffee and Cigarettes, which is also a great one if you can seek that one out. The production for Down by Law, the cinematography is by Robbie Mueller, who subsequently worked with Jarmusch on Mystery Train 1989, Dead Man 1995, and Ghost Dog 1999. Bernini and Nicoletta Braschi, whose characters fall in love in the movie, actually later in time actually got married in real life. What else can I say about this movie? Roberto Benigni's Rabbit Soliloquy. So if you've seen this movie, which I'm guessing probably not a lot of people have seen. I don't know how many people have seen this movie, but there's a scene where Roberto Benigni is describing his mother killing a rabbit, and then, he says, "Oh, and then I imagine I was having this nightmare, and my mom was killing me," and is a heck like this, which is one of the funniest parts in the movie. But apparently that soliloquy was almost entirely self-written or improvised by Roberto Benigni, and based on his own life experiences. His mother actually did raise rabbits. So if you've seen this movie, you'll know that scene because it's just so good. Roberto Benigni is hilarious in this movie, by the way. Roberto Benigni had also never been to America prior to this film, so this was his first American film. Jim Jarmusch had intended that the shack that the fugitives find refuge in after escaping from prison would have bunk beds, so as to make it look exactly like the prison cell. Incredibly, they actually found a shack with 2 bunk beds that were already standing, so no extra furniture had to be added. So in this is a prison break movie too, so I'm not giving away too much, but these 3 fellas end up in a prison cell together. They break out. I'm not going to give away the ending, but they do break out, and they get chased by prison guards and dogs and all this stuff. And while they're running through the woods, they find this shack, and then as Jarmusch wanted, the shack looks exactly like the prison cell, which is really funny. According to the director Jim Jarmusch's DVD commentary, actors Tom Waits and John Laurie often played pranks on Roberto Benigni, heavily relying on his poor command of English. Poor Roberto Benigni. Tom Waits' character purports to have been a disc jockey by the name of Lee Baby Sims, when in fact there was actually a DJ with that name. So I'll get to my thoughts on this film in a minute, but this film currently holds an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. A reviewer for the New York Times calls it, quote, a fable of poetic destiny, unquote, with, quote, extraordinary performances, unquote, by the three main actors. My thoughts on this film, I can't remember where I first saw this film. I think me and some of my friends rented this back in high school. We always ended up, I had this really cool friend named Sasha, and he was really into like foreign movies and avant-garde movies and things like that. So he was like the tastemaker. He would always be like, oh, we got to see this, we got to see this. So we saw like, Eraserhead and Liquid Sky and like all these weird cool movies, and I believe Down by Law was one of those ones. Some weekend in high school we got this, and so I've been in love with this movie ever since I saw it. It is such fun. um I thought like the wonderful 80s black and white bizarro comedy prison break road trip walking movie was so cool. It had great acting. Like I said, there's a great soundtrack by John Laurie, with extra tracks by Tom Waits and others. Uh, John Laurie did this. Apparently, he put together like a little jazz combo, and he just does these little like minimal jazz accompaniments to go with the movie as the soundtrack, and they're so good. They're so good. I wonder if this movie had got like a vinyl or a CD release for the soundtrack because it's so cool. This would be like great, just put it on headphones and walk around in the woods or something. It's just got such a great vibe to it. You can really feel the heat is on these guys when they break out of prison. The tension. Roberto Benigni can't swim in the movie, so they're trying to escape these like dogs chasing them with these prison guards, and Roberto Benigni's like, I can't swim, and so the other two guys are gonna like leave him behind because they're like, we got to get out of here. This is our only way to lose the scent with the dogs. And then, well, I won't give it away, but something good happens for Roberto. But yeah, the tension is so good. It's just got a great mood and atmosphere. The beginning of the movie where they're so this is a really cool setup because it's like these three people are living three very different lives. John Laurie's a pimp. Tom Waits is an ex-DJ, and Roberto Benigni is coming in from some other part of the world, and his English is really bad, and he keeps a little notebook where he writes down English phrases. There's not enough room in here to swing a cat, and but he says them in like really awkward, sort of inappropriate times, and so the other two guys are like, "What are you talking about?" There's great humor in it. They do you scream, I scream, we all scream for ice cream. They do that really loud to the point where all of the inmates at the prison are singing that really loudly. Before the prison guards get to their cell, they sit down and pretend they're playing cards like they had no idea what was going on. It's just so fun. I've always been a big fan of Tom Waits ever since I heard him back in the mid 80s. So it was really cool to see him acting too back then. Roberto Benigni was really nobody back then. Like, this was before Life is Beautiful. So, and John Laurie, who, like I said, had been in a couple other Jarmusch movies, but other than being a jazz singer in a no wave jazz band, probably Tom Waits was the most recognizable in this film at the time. I'm trying to think also, Ellen Barkin is in here as well. Yeah, super cool movie, super fun. This edition is the Criterion DVD from 2002. You can see, I won't read out all the special features, but if you want to pause it, boom. I don't know if this is the original poster art for the movie, but it's cool. There's them escaping in a boat. It's a 2-disc set, so there's lots and lots of special features. This little, which you think was a chapter card, actually unfolds. And there's a whole bunch of information. There's Ellen Barkin right there. She's only in the movie for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then there's Nicoletta there, who these two actually, well, they fell in love at the end of the movie. She's also in this movie only for a few minutes, but they ended up falling in love and getting married eventually in real life. So there's the back. There's our 3 main guys there. There's Tom Waits. I'm trying to see where I'm. John Laurie and Roberto Benigni. So yeah, this is great. This scene here, this might have been maybe one of the original movie posters, that image, but this is great, great, great stuff. Criterion always, to my knowledge, does a great takes good care to make sure that these movies look great. This is a very nice looking DVD, honestly. This is 107 minutes from 1986. It's black and white. So if you don't like black and white movies, but still give this a chance, it's really, really good. This is a new high definition digital transfer. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff on here. Isolated music track. There's an interview with director of photography Robert Mueller, which I watched, which is really good. Q&A with Jarmusch. Jarmusch's phone calls with Waits, Bernini, and Laurie. Location stills. This thing is loaded with extra features. So I highly recommend this movie if you like Prison Break movies, if you like a little bit of humor with your action, if you love Tom Waits as just a person. He's so good in this. I think he's such a good actor. And he's, just really convincing as his part. He does a couple of little like monologues as if he's on the radio. This is the Lee Baby Sim show. It's coming up on quarter to midnight, and you got the Lee Baby Sim show. And he's just so witty and charming, and I just love it. So if you liked Life is Beautiful, here's a chance to go back and see early Roberto Benigni. But this was to me was my favorite era of stuff, like this kind of cult 80s stuff, kind of 86, this is like post No Wave, but a lot of these newer filmmakers up and coming. It's black and white, it's gritty, but it's just wonderful. The opening scene where they're driving through like Louisiana or something, just to see all the houses passing by, and it's just got such a great vibe to it. Love this movie. The cool thing is, and you didn't hear it from me, but the cool thing is you can actually watch this on YouTube for free right now. And I do believe it is the Criterion, it's a rip of the Criterion DVD or Blu-ray, so it actually looks really nice. So I guess watch it before it gets taken down. I never encourage people to like pirate stuff, but it is on there if you want to watch it. You can also rent it on Apple TV if that makes you feel better. And I'm sure this is probably still available through Criterion if you want to add it to your collection. So that's my thoughts on Down by Law. I could talk about this movie a lot longer, but I'll leave it at that for today. Let me know what you thought about this film. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I have a feeling that people who saw this movie probably love it. It's just such a great moment in time. I guess that's another thing, is it really captures like this moment in time thing. So, but yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. I'd love to hear from other fans of this movie because this is one of my favorites. And yeah, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. I'm now over 500 subscribers, so I'm going to be doing my best physical media cover art designs video coming up really soon. So I will let you know when that's going to be dropped. And like I said, this Friday, I'm doing Child's Play 2 with the incomparable Chucky. And then next Monday, I'm going to be talking about the Poseidon Adventure on Mainstream Mondays. So be sure to check that out when it comes. That's it for me for today. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.